you a little video on what we go through when we get to a shipper or a receiver. So a lot of truck driving is a lot of downtime. So it's hurry up and wait. Hurry up and wait is the key, is like the motto that you hear. So let me show you. So what we do, and I just thought I'd give a little, for those who don't know anything about trucking, because that's how I was. I would literally drive by the warehouses and see all these trailers and trucks backed up, just long, you know, row after row, just lined up, backed up to these warehouses. And to me, it was an enigma, because I did not understand what was going on. And I also thought, there's no way I'm backing up to that. But here's what we have. So we're backed up, that's the front of the truck. And we back up to these doors. I have to get in front of it because I just can't see it. To these doors. If you listen, you can hear them inside. So that's the forklifts that they're running back and forth and in and out of the trailer unloading the product. But so this is like a soft cushion material, and then down here there's a plate that goes up into the truck, and they drive the forklift over that into the truck. I don't think you can see that very well, but then so it's completely sealed. Most times we don't even ever go into the warehouse. So I've gone into a couple times. There's a few times where you have to go in and count. But other than that, the truck and the warehouse, this is the most interaction that we get. So then we sit here and we wait. And we're basically at their mercy. Usually there's a red light, or a red and a green light. And when you're hooked up, it's red. You cannot move because that plate is in there, and if you move, it could damage your truck, the plate, or hurt somebody. You can hear the forklift just went in there. So it can get pretty loud and sometimes rock the truck quite a bit. So that's it. Once we're hooked up, we're done. They're unloading it now. See? And they're crazy. Sometimes it rocks the whole truck. And you're like, they're sprinting, running NASCAR in there or something. It's insane. So that's why you can't, you know, you have to chalk the wheels. Let's see. I can't run the camera very well, obviously, but chalk the wheels. And then they also, some places are really strict about it. They'll have you unhook and pull away, which is what they've made us do here. So we have unhooked and pulled away, and then they put a lock on the air hose. I'll show you. So the kingpin, you can see the kingpin is pulled. We're pulled completely off of the trailer. That way there's no room for mistake and, you know, pulling away when they're going in and out. So that's that. That's a lot of what we do. Just sit around. So part of our noisy. I'm going to move away. I'm going to find a quieter place to film the rest of this video. And show you our bikes that we got. So we got bikes. They're up on the back of our truck. Because we thought, well, you know, we can ride our bicycles a lot of places. I'm going to come over here in the grass. It's a little grassy spot. This is one of the quieter DCs. It's a meat plant, so it's cold storage. We're picking up meat. one of the not as busier ones that I've seen, so that's why I decided to come out and do a video, because normally I don't like to come out and do videos. Look at this grassy area. I'm gonna go down the grass. It's been so long since I've sat in grass. I mean, or even touched it or felt it. I live in a world of asphalt and concrete. And I'm a country girl. I am a country girl and I love the grass. I love the creeks and the rivers. And I'm in Nebraska, so it should be pretty safe that nothing's gonna get me. Not like down in Florida or something where they have signs that say watch out for alligators. But yeah, so we got bikes and we're like, well, you know, sometimes we can ride our bike around and get some exercise there. It doesn't work out that well because like we're stuck at this detention center. Where are we gonna ride our bike at? We're gonna ride it around the parking lot. Usually, like I said, this is a pretty quiet one, but most times they're crazy. You don't want to be walking around. They got yard dogs that are moving trailers in and out. You got different drivers from different carriers coming in and out. They're all in a hurry. Everybody's in a hurry. Always in a hurry. And again, that hurry up and wait, it just drives me crazy, because I'm like, that's when mistakes happen, that's when accidents happen, is when you get in a hurry. And that's why I take everything slow. But it doesn't, that's not, I guess, it's not a good idea. It's not what you're supposed to do, because everyone's in a hurry and you're just getting their way. Anyway, so back to, you know, riding a bike or even taking a little walk. You can't leave your truck. You know, I'm gonna go take a ride down the street on your bike. That's not gonna work. So a lot of times we're stuck sitting in the truck, just sitting in the truck. There's a lot of sitting, driving and sitting. A lot of sitting. So I did get my jump rope that I have not used yet, but I thought, you know what, I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna try to do some jump roping. You know, I'm really extremely I'm gonna show this truck behind me leaving, just so we have a little bit of action in the film. Oh, really sedentary, that's what I said. Very sedentary life. Very sedentary. It's very difficult to get exercise in. We have to start finding creative ways to do it. We have a few little exercise machine things that we got. They're portable. Like the gym in a bag. We got the Gold Gym mini stair stepper and the Gold Gym bicycle pedaler. So they're very compact, they're very small. They'll work perfect in the truck if we just get to doing it. But besides the being in a confined space, and you also have your schedule and your routine that I've talked about a little bit. You know, you're driving for 11 hours, so you have your 11-hour shift that you're driving, and then you want to make sure you're getting adequate sleep, so you're not sleep deficient or sleep deprived. And that's one thing I discovered is very important to me during training, because we did not have that regular schedule and we were all over the place, and I was very sleep deficient, and there were times it was scary to push on to the end of my shift. So I decided at that point that no matter what, I would make sure I had enough sleep. And sometimes I sleep a little too long, I guess, but I make sure I have at least 7 hours of sleep. So then you get up and you get ready, and the truck's moving and jostling around, and I'm not a morning person. I don't care what time of day it is. I don't wake up easily. It takes some time to get busy. So excuses. No matter where you're doing, no matter what kind of job you have or what you're doing in life, you can always come up with excuses, and that's what I've done. That's what I'm getting over with. So making a commitment right now to do things that get me more active and out of the truck. But in the meantime, with that, I also want to show you a little bit of what we go through on a daily routine. So I will be showing that. So I will be showing how we are stuck. We're stuck again, waiting at this meat plant in Nebraska. But I do have to say, I gotta stand in the grass. Look at that. That's pretty. That's pretty. I could maybe even sit down for a little bit and feel the cool grass underneath me. If I had time, maybe I'll take my shoes off and touch the earth a little bit. But that's that. I'm gonna go try to jump rope. Stay tuned for more. I'll try to incorporate more of our daily lives. Truck stops. I'm gonna start talking a lot more about truck stops and what we have to deal with that. And detention centers. Yeah, I mean, we could sit here for 8 to 12 hours. Some places don't pay that. Detention is when they pay you for having to sit here. Some places don't, or some places pay very little. So when you have expenses, like as a lease or an owner operator or lease operator, you have expenses that you have to make, and we're in this to make some money, not just to have a little bit of spending cash, but we're putting money away. This is our retirement plan. So when we're sitting around doing nothing, not getting paid for it, and especially when we're stuck in a nasty, lousy place like a truck stop, it really pisses us off. We were stuck in Portland, Oregon. We stayed over for 9 hours and they didn't have anything for us to do. And they finally just said, well, just deadhead to Colusa, California, where there's nothing coming out of Colusa. But they didn't have anything for us. But they knew that there was more chance of getting something coming out of California, so they sent us there. So we get on our way there, and then they said, well, go ahead and go down to Salinas, because we started throwing a fit. We weren't going to go any further if we didn't have a load. You know, we wound up wasting like 18 hours. This is over Memorial Day weekend. At least 18 hours of just sitting and doing nothing, or driving and doing nothing, not getting paid for driving and using all that gas. And, you know, and then their excuse is, well, that's just trucking, that's how it is, and maybe this isn't the job for you. Well, no, I'm sorry, I don't care what industry you're working at. You don't just say, oh, maybe this isn't the one for you. And I'm ranting and raving, and maybe I should just shut up. But the point was, if we're gonna sit for 9 to 18 hours, we would like to know, then we could go find a place to enjoy it at. You know, it was Memorial Weekend. We were near the West Coast. We were on the West Coast. If we knew we were gonna sit for that long, we could have sat at the beach. We could have parked the truck, caught an Uber to a motel, and done something worthwhile for a weekend. You know, but here we are trying to make ourselves available and work our asses off, and I'm starting to get a little frustrated with our dispatch, but you know, that's how it goes, and I'll probably say some more about that. But that complaint goes back to, we did this not just for a job, but for a lifestyle change. This is our home, it's our office, and our life. We don't have leisure time. We don't have weekend barbecues with the family anymore, with my kids. We don't get to go to the lake or get to sit down at the river, go snowmobiling or whatever, because this is what we're doing. So we try to incorporate that recreation time in with it. And so when dispatch dicks us around and makes us sit for an entire weekend, when we could have just been doing something else if we knew we weren't going to be making any money. Anyways, that's my gripe on that, which I'm sure you'll hear some more. But I'm going to go do some jump roping, probably about 10 seconds would be all I can handle, but it'll be a start. But stay tuned, please keep watching, and let's all have a great adventure.